Cinderella's pain and the return of sanity, creating a healthy experience of cleaning. On Saturday morning, my younger brother and I wake up before anyone else. We sneak to the family room and turn on the TV. Even though we know what's coming, the animated characters with silly voices beckon. Unfortunately, my parents' bedroom is much too close to the noise of our black and white boob tube. My mother appears in the doorway, already simmering. Entering the room where my brother and I sprawl on the floor playing with toys and watching Bugs Bunny cartoons, she yells, "Turn off that damn TV and go do your Saturday chores." My chores include scrubbing down both full bathrooms, cleaning my side of the room I share with my older sister, and ironing all the family's freshly laundered clothes. My brother and sister find activities outside our home and leave promptly. Left alone, isolated from others as witnesses and buffers, I scramble to get right to the list. While I'm in the bathroom cleaning, she blasts in, "Why aren't you done in here? You have your room to clean." I never am doing what she thinks I should be doing. I am never doing things in the time frame she demands. I cannot split myself into 5 or 10 selves to meet her insistence on simultaneous task delivery. Finally, in my room, I work consciously and steadily on dirt and dust removal. All the knickknacks on my dresser get a wipe down, as do the bookshelves and swimming trophies. I plug in the Hoover upright vacuum and get in every nook and cranny it will reach. Nothing is on the carpeting that I can see. I move the sweeper back and forth so many times that I can't imagine a dust mite surviving the suction. As I tug on the cord to unplug the machine, she thunders in, her face contorted. "This room isn't clean. Do you think this room is clean? I see specks here and over there. What were you doing in here with all that time?" Then the cussing and denigrating verbal tirade begin. I leave my body, and my heart drops into a deep freezer. My mind goes numb as I watch her face deepen to crimson. The spittle from her mouth mixes with hateful words and seems to splatter all over the room like blood spurting from puncture wounds. Years later, I learned that this type of explosion is called annihilating rage. The phrase fits. I grab the Hoover, plug it in, and flip the switch. I vacuum with rigor and pull all my terror and indescribable rage into the effort of sucking away the invisible specks she sees with her X-ray vision. Channeling a combination of fight-flight energy into the rhythmic back and forth of pushing a vacuum, I unknowingly create a sort of healthy choice for myself. The trauma in my body releases a tiny bit. At least in this moment, I'm not a deer in the headlights. Years later, after I leave my parents' home, cleaning shows up as a ritual, a coping strategy. I discover that cleaning has become my body's attempt to release the thousands of stored-up shocks to my nervous system, the persistent traumatic stress of living with a mother who suffered with a heinous mental illness. When I'm scared, depressed, lonely, or stressed, I clean. It becomes part of the driven, out-of-balance person I become. It appears to be healthy, but it's an undistinguished way to cope. It shows up as yellow flags signaling me about my possible off-kilter relationship with my environment, but I'm not ready to dig deeper. However, when I became a parent, my obsession with cleaning shifts from a mere yellow flag to something completely unhealthy. As a mother of 2 young children, I work fervently to calm myself amid the emotional and physical chaos of this new reality. I obsess about cleaning. The scene in Mary Poppins with all the singing, finger-snapping, and toys and clothes magically putting themselves away rewinds and plays again in my mind. I work to make cleaning up a group effort, a fun activity we all do together while singing songs. Clean up, everybody, everywhere. I think I'm teaching my kids the joy of orderliness, but actually I'm working desperately to soothe myself. My fixation with tidiness consumes me. I become obsessed with leaving the house clean before we go anywhere. I'm driven by a need to create peace and orderliness in my outer world with things I can actually move around, throw away, or pick up and put in a drawer. I think if I can return to a tidy home after being away from my house, I will be less inclined toward even greater agitation. It makes transitions leaving from our home really challenging and perplexing for my kids, who do not understand my need to put everything away, vacuum, dust, and mop. I'm clearly running from the ghost of my mom's rage chasing me all around the house that my children now live in. I know I won't yell at my kids about a clean house, and I don't. However, there are still multidimensional costs to my obsession with cleanliness. I live with what abuse creates in the nervous system as well as my whole being. I have inner agitation, angst, and night terrors. Some might call it post-traumatic stress disorder. Finally aware that I need help, I shift my attention away from the disorder in my physical space and turn to therapists, those skilled in resolving trauma. Fiercely committed to paying forward something healthy and finding inner sanity, I slowly break free from this out-of-control need to have a super tidy home and its cost to my sanity. I recognize that I craved a deep sense of safety because I never was safe as a child. I had equated tidiness with emotional and physical safety. In reality, they are not connected. Keeping a clean room never stopped my mother's abuse. Nothing I did or didn't do stopped her abuse because her abuse was about her illness and not my existence or the orderliness of a physical space. I begin to find inner peace and resilience and to heal the long ago traumas. Now that I am calm, aware, and at a distance from my trauma, I realize that on any given day, the state of my home ranges from tidy to messy. Some days a few dirty dishes remain in the sink before dinner, and toys remain scattered on the floor all night long. I discover the nuance of living with some mess and relaxing inside of it. Enjoying my kids becomes more important than frantically cleaning. I model a healthier relationship with both tidy and messy states, and this shows my children a sense of balance and sanity. My children, now teenagers, sometimes launder and fold their clothes. Sometimes they load the dishwasher and wipe counters. Sometimes they don't, and my husband and I step in. It ebbs and flows. My son and daughter have the freedom to create the physical chaos of clothes strewn on the floor of their rooms and the feelings associated with clean and organized surroundings when they're encouraged or when they choose. At this point on the parenting journey, I trust them to find their own comfort level with cleanliness. They're great kids, and I love spending time with them while they're in our home. The chores often get done in an atmosphere of cooperation and happy banter. This feels ordinary, yet extraordinary, a real blessing. It's amazing how something as simple as a meal in peace and calm, or the process of tidying up a space in peace and calm, can be its own transformation if you've lived a chaotic childhood. Our home feels peaceful and welcoming with a loving and relaxed atmosphere. It has become a place that is thoroughly enjoyed by my family, our dogs, and the many teenagers and adult friends who visit. It's a tremendous breakthrough for me to realize that my home has become the home my children's friends want to visit and stay. Now finally, the experience of cleaning is a healthy self-expression of inner peace and love for my family, our cherished belongings, and myself. Here are some ideas that relate to the cleanliness of your home. Begin to notice if you find yourself either obsessively cleaning or not cleaning at all and living amid a very dirty or chaotic physical space. This might be a sign that you are dealing with a deeper issue that relates to cleaning. If you suspect that your relationship with cleaning is not healthy, think about why this might be. Some of you may immediately identify experiences that shaped this pattern in your adult life. Others of you may have no clue and may not care to go there. Still others may have an inkling why this is happening and may be ready to look at a deeper issue. Trust that working toward healing will move your life toward freedom and your true desires. I want to share that during the time of détente with my parents, which was just a handful of months a few years ago, and I've since chosen to extremely limit the contact, and my dad has since passed. During that time, my mother did share that when she was in Catholic school, she witnessed the children, she called it training. They were training the children in cleaning, and she witnessed the children being thrown up against lockers and their heads being bashed against lockers when they weren't cleaning properly. And what I was able to look at her and say is, Mom, that wasn't training, that was actually abuse. And if you witnessed that or experienced it directly, I am so sorry that that happened to you. And it often offered this window into some of the things that may very well have contributed to my mom's illness. And it has me have incredible compassion for her and her life and her inner world. Consider whether you might benefit from working with a professional to distinguish the original experiences, not to relive these, but to see them in the light of your now adult self, to come to terms with the impact and begin healing. If you are blessed with a reasonable relationship to cleaning, keep it going. I applaud you and invite you to clean with products and supplies that you love. If it would benefit your life to hire house cleaning help and you can afford this, start looking for people to interview and get some quotes. They're fantastic people who love cleaning homes. You will know you found one because he or she will sparkle with joy when talking about cleaning homes. You may also find someone who is low-key and very competent. Ask friends for referrals. If you have children living at home, keep in mind that they learn what they live. Consider creating an atmosphere in which cleaning up is a joy. The results of having some moments of breathing room, tranquility, and clarity are well worth the effort. A tidy home, as it fits your standards, can be immensely gratifying. Be gentle with any process of healing you may choose in developing a healthier relationship with cleaning. There will be setbacks and slip-ups, and that's okay. Each moment is a new moment to grow and change and evolve. You might take 2 steps forward and then 5 steps backward. Steps backward are part of the process. Take 2 steps forward again and again and again. You can do it. Look through your cleaning supplies. Take inventory and consider throwing away any items that are really old or ones you don't like to use. Cull through the rag bag. Consider using cleaning supplies that support the well-being of you and your family. Release or repair the broken vacuum cleaner. Schedule a party or small gathering as an inspiration for cleaning. Sometimes cleaning for others leads you to recognize that having a clean home can be a way to love others and yourself. Cleaning the spaces and belongings we love can be a way to show reverence and gratitude. Consider combining cleaning with clearing away unwanted belongings. Take it one room at a time and be gentle with yourself, or work at a pace that satisfies your spirit. Deep cleaning and clearing take time and are well worth the breathing room and freedom.